Now, it's nicknamed the Switzerland of America. Ouray attracts hundreds of thousands of visitors every year. However, one lake along the $1 Million Highway might not make it past this summer, since the Forest Service deemed the dam holding the lake in place a high hazard. Our Tim Schumann spoke to the Forest Service and the county to find out the details.
Really heavily photographed, particularly in the fall.
It's very picturesque. It's also handicapped accessible.
Now you can probably see right off the bat why Crystal Lake, which is right to my left here, is such a popular photo and recreation area. I mean, look at this place.
CPW does stock it most years, and that there's people who enjoy fishing on the lake.
Forest Service District Ranger Dana Garduno tells me this reservoir is a staple to the $1 Million Highway and cherished by both Ouray locals and tourists passing through. But the small dam at the north end of the lake, which was rebuilt in 2012, is making waves of trouble.
Last year, an assessment was done as part of our routine inspections that identified there's a crack in the dam.
Yet the crack is not the root of the problem. Its rating is. Several years ago, Forest Service and U.S. Army Corps of Engineers classified the dam as a high hazard if it were to ever fail.
High hazard rating indicates that there is the potential for loss of life or property damage to occur if that were to happen. That is not based on the structural integrity, that is strictly based on location.
Crystal Lake sits on the edge of a valley on top of a mountain overlooking Ouray.
It was modeling that there could be impacts as far as 7 miles downstream from the reservoir, which basically is the community of Ouray.
Garduno tells me once the snow starts to burn off, the Forest Service will have to lower the water level to relieve some pressure off of the dam.
Probably just about 6 or 7 inches or so.
The long-term solution, Garduno says, is still not yet decided, though the Forest Service did send out stakeholder letters with a game plan and asking for feedback.
I like to think of it as, here are the options that we're aware of, but we're not limited to these by any means and are open to other options that could be presented.
Long-term options include draining the lake entirely, fixing or replacing the dam, and selling or trading the land to the city of Ouray or another organization who would keep it open to the public. The mention of draining the lake is starting to scare some locals.
I think it's probably not the best idea ever, but if it's going to protect it, that'd be great, but I don't think it's going to protect it.
The Forest Service is not trying hard enough to save the lake.
So the county is not in favor of draining the reservoir, and especially not on such a short timeline without a full understanding of what the impacts would be.
Ouray County Commissioner Jake Neese tells me his meeting with the Forest Service didn't feel like a brainstorm, but rather an order.
We weren't given options. It really did seem like the decision had already been made and we are being informed of the decision. The issue with Crystal Lake was brought to the attention of the Ouray County Commissioners only fairly recently, although the city has been dealing with this issue for a longer period of time.
The communication back from the city of Ouray stopped with us in 2020. We've tried multiple times to get in contact with them to discuss those options. And we did notify them in the fall that since we had not heard back from them, we were going to be moving forward.
Garduno tells me this is still very early in the process and there will be an opportunity for the public to weigh in later on down the road.
And this is a really complex issue, a lot of agencies involved, a lot of regulations and policies.
It's just a really great accessible community asset that we would like to hold on to.
Tim Schumann, KREX.
Thank you.